Right, guys, short one. I'm not going to go fishing tomorrow, I don't think. I stayed at home today, so I was waiting for some deliveries which just turned up from Temu. We're going to open those in a minute. I'm hoping to make some boilies to take with me on the next trip. Some of my own homemade boilies. I have got some homemade boilies still in my freezer. But I'm going to attempt to make some newer boilies with different ingredients. I've got coconut crunch in the freezer. I think I've got like chili con carne and maybe mulled curry and some other ones which I made a long time ago. I can't remember exactly what I have got in there. And I want to try and make soft boilies and soft pellets, like hot bake. So I've been talking to the Google AI and he's been giving me the instructions and the ingredients I need. Now, I don't think I've got all the proper ingredients, but it's giving me like alternatives. So anyway, this I think is going to be maybe one of these boilie tables. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, 12mm. If I can get it out of the fucking box. Christ, I can't even get the damn thing out of the fucking bag. Right. So this is a 12mm boilie table roller. Now, when you make boilies, apparently you've got to slightly oil them, because otherwise the mix is going to get stuck on there on the table. To make sure you're going to make boilies, oil your tables and thoroughly wash it off after. Right, next bag. I think there might be two in here. Right, 8mm. Same as that, but 8mm. I'm not going to open it up. Got two of these. Now, these might be handy. I'm not saying they're going to be, but they might be okay. And I've got 16mm. So it's 8, 16, 12. I think that's a 14. I have got a 14 out in the kitchen. So I've got two of these. They were a couple of quid each. Sausage making machine. Now that, you get 3 different sizes. I think that probably might be like a 18 or 20. That could be like a 16 or 18, and that could be like a 14 or whatever, I don't know. But I'm going to test them out later anyway. And that's the pump. And then what you do is put that on top and screw it in. Like so. And just push it in. You know, it's like the normal boilie maker, sausage maker machine, but they were only a couple of quid each. Well, I don't know what that's for, but it's for cart tackle. Don't know. Got some little weights. think these might be nozzles. I think. Yeah. More nozzles. But I don't know if they all fit. Either that one, this, or the other sausage maker I've got. Let me try. Because they are slightly different size, I think. It might work. It fits. And the good thing is you can actually cut what you need on here. Like if you want like a 14, then you cut down to there. You want a 16, you cut there. You want a 8, cut there. So I will probably do 8 mils, 14, 16. But as I have got some of the nozzles already, which I bought, which are compatible with the sausage machine, I'll just cut them down to whatever size I need, and if they're not big enough, then I'll actually make them bigger. And I've got my laptop on as well, so that's got to go in the kitchen so I can follow the instructions. So I've got to make the dry mix, and then I've got to make the wet mix. I've got to put all the wet mix in with the dry mix after I've done the dry mix, which is going to be a bit of a pain to do. Right, next box. Let's move these out of the way for a minute. I pick these with a knife as well. Where's my fucking knife? Like I found another one on the floor. Where are you? Shit, I've opened someone else's packet. Just like mine. Oh shit. This is neighbours. I'll see if she's in. Give me a minute. Not in. I'll just tape it up and stick out our door. Okay. So she's been ordering stuff from the team as well, folks. Okay. I'm happy you keep puking up everywhere. Right, so let me just check that I've got everything from Temu. Sometimes I don't actually send everything in one go. Right, so I've got that, and that. I've got that and that. Yeah, I've got it all. So anyway, I will try and do a video of me making some boilies, but it won't be live because I ain't got no way of actually doing it live. Even my laptop camera doesn't do live videoing for some reason. So like on that fish I caught yesterday, must have been 15, 20 pounds. The guy who actually helped me to net it in said that's like 20 plus, you know. I said, I don't know. He goes, well, minimum 15. I did have scales, but the scales went to 0.00. And I think that's because of the battery issue, although they were new batteries, but cheap batteries. But I had 3 sweet corn on the hook, and then I had one of those brown palais boilies from the pot, which was $7.99 from Sheem Fishing Tackle Shop. Sea reckons they catch all the time, but when I went there last week and tried one, I didn't get nothing on it. I think it might have been because I had the sweet corn on. Plus, I had the swim feeder full of like ground bait, and then I had a PVA bag with ground bait and sweet corn in it. So there was a plenty of shit go out there. Not like, you know, I'm not one of those people like who goes out and like masso feed a fucking like swim. No, have you seen the people where they put like 2 or 3 bags of like ground bait in, then they put shitload of boilies in, then they put all these fucking sauces in, then they had other kind of crap in it like sweet corn, tiger nut, and fuck knows. You know, you got a bucket that big full of like you know, fucking ground bait. Then they got a scoop and they go all over the fucking place. And like they complain that they're not getting no fish biting because they're chucking out too much fucking bait. I've heard of people overbaiting, and that's why fish ain't catching, because idiots like that, right? You know, you might put a load of bait out there, and you still might be lucky to get, you know, a couple of fish on it. But I just don't understand why people do it. I'll just chuck out, you know, when I'm float fishing with maggots and casters. Well, what I do, right, is I put either a maggot and a caster on a hook, or 2 maggots or 2 casters, either way. I throw the hook out. I'll get some like little bit of ground bait, which I'll stick water in to make it like a paste. Throw like a little ball out, boom, and then I had some hemp with me yesterday. Can't get hemp anywhere around here. Shopping centres don't sell it, apart from Tesco, $7.99, and it went in like, you know, the tinned one, which I wanted. Oh, fuck that. So I had like some hemp, where the AI told me to boil it for 45 minutes and it should like start popping. Well, I boiled it for 45 minutes. It kind of like dried out twice, like to keep like filling water up to it, and it still didn't like pop after 45 minutes. So I just put it all in the jar and took it up with me and chucked it out as ground bait, you know, little spoonful, you know, if you want to call it, like, not like a teaspoon, but no, like the little spoons, probably about that much, covering a spoon and throwing that out. So it was like a little bit of ground bait, a little bit of hemp, some maggots, and some casters, and that's it. That was it. with the maggots, I put a little bit of flavouring on them to help, attract them. If that helped or not, I don't know. But I've got so much fucking flavouring in the bloody cup, it's unbelievable. But yeah, I panicked actually. I tell you, I really fucking panicked when I fucking was bringing that in. Because, like, what happened is that I just caught a little roach, right? And I was just bringing it in. I was just back on unhook it. And then my main alarm went off, the one which I was leisuring. I don't really like leisuring because it's too boring. But I thought I'd stick it out and I can still do floating. Well, I was trying to unhook this fucking like little roach and the alarm went off. I grabbed it, thinking it might have been the fucking coot. But no, there was something definitely on it. I'm winding it in. It's coming forward. Then it goes right. It goes up around the corner, around near a bunch of weeds, or reeds, R-E-E-D, reeds. I thought I was going to lose it there, but it came out. I managed to bring it to me, and I'm calling out for a guy, who's fishing a couple of pegs away. I said, "Can you help me?" And he goes, "What's the matter? You want help, mate?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I need the fish might be netted." So he came and helped me to net it. And like those likes, God, that's a nice one. That's a good, really beautiful boy. You're not having it. But he helped me to bring it in. But it was so fucking slimy and like so it's heavy, but it's just more awkward trying to like pick it up. And like I managed to unhook it. It took 4 attempts to get in because my net, the handle wasn't like working properly. Keeps sticking for some reason, but we did bring it in. Got it out, got the hook out, and I'm trying to hold it, and it's sliding around in my hands, and I couldn't like get a proper grip on it. The only way I was able to do it was get my thumb in the fucking gob and hold it from underneath, and then like push it against me. And they took some photos, and that was it. Put it down, and he goes, "Do you want to put it back in?" I said, "Yeah, you can put it in if you want." So I gave him the opportunity of putting the fish back in for me. Now, we saw a lot of blood, right? And we thought it was from the carp, like, beating itself because it was flapping around so much. And he goes, "Well, we better get it in quick, mate, because I think it's bleeding." So I said, "Yeah, get it in." He goes, "Do you want me to put it in?" I said, "Yeah, put it in." This was after we took the photos. And he goes, "There's a bit of blood there, isn't there?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, look." It wasn't the car. I said, "It was that poor little roach." I said, I brought a little roach in just before the alarm went off. So, and look at it. It was all splattered. Half the body was missing. Blood all over the fucking, like, catch net thing. And I said, "Oh, I feel sorry for that fish." He goes, "No, don't worry about it. Like, there's fucking plenty more in the lake, isn't there?" I said, "Well, yeah, but no, if I had a chance to get it off, I would have taken it off, or, I would have put it back in the lake. But then the thing is, there might have been a possibility of like me snagging me other line again." I said, "Oh, well, accidents happen." And it was an accident. And I just threw the rest of the little roach in the lake. I said, "Well, at least the fish have got a bit more fucking food to eat, Can't, even if they are carnivores, because fish eat meat anyway, don't they?" So, like I said, at least that'd be like a nice little bit of fresh fish for some other fish to eat, kind of thing. But, I was shaking, man. I couldn't stop shaking. I think it was like the adrenaline and like, amazement, shock that I actually caught one. Because I don't really like doing leisuring, to be honest with you. I really don't. I find it so tiring and boring waiting around for some fish to come along and take your boilie. And I'm thinking, I'm never going to get one. Even on the video, I said, "Well, leisure, I don't think I'm going to get one. I never do get one." And what happened? I go and get one. I'll tell you, I'm not going to spend too many nights over there because it was fucking freezing that night I stayed there. Fucking freezing. So yeah, if I go up there, I'm going to make sure I've got plenty of warm clothing with me. I've got like a little roll net as well, little roll pad thing, which I can put the black mattress on. I couldn't find my pillars, although the mattress has got a pillar. I felt kind of uncomfortable putting my head down, so I got my tackle box and put it underneath the the little pillar flap, and then that was a little bit more comfortable. But I was fucking freezing in there, man. I woke up about 4 or 5 times freezing cold. I'm like, what I'm going to do is, the problem being is that my trolley hasn't got like wheel locks on, and I had to stand all the way on 2 buses there and back because the trolley kept moving around. Now, it's a good little trolley. It carried practically most of what I wanted. I still had a fucking big, heavy backpack. There was like different baits that I was trying to use. But I thought, well, I don't want to send it back. I could do and look for another one. But I got like even a little smaller trolley, which I do my shopping in. And like, when I was using that guard there, it broke 2 little hinges inside that trolley. And sometimes the bottom bit will kind of fall out a little bit. It goes like, instead of being like that, it goes like that. So that's why I ordered that trolley, to take that up with me. But it was heavy. Even when I was getting on the bus, I had to like lift it at the back door of the bus, lift it up, and then push it in and hold it because it had no locks on it. So like, I've got a headache in a minute. Hold on, I've got a headache. I'm supposed to be boilie making now. Oh, that catch all that there. Drink water. Yeah, so like, let me just finish what I was saying, and I'll read your comment. So I bought that one, and so I had to push it on, lift it up and push it on the bus and hold it all the way. And I thought, well, the other one, which I use for shopping, is like kind of like getting a little bit old and it's breaking down. If I'm only going to do a little bit of shopping, I can take that. If I'm going to do more shopping, then I can take the one that I was using the other day for the first time to a shopping centre and do more shopping if I need to, and use that one. But yesterday I ordered another one because that one's like a 70 litre. I ordered another one of £35, which is a 100 litre. So it means I'm going to get a bit more stuff in there. But this new one I'm getting has actual wheel locks on it. So this time, when I go, I can put it on the bus and push the wheel locks down. I don't have to be fucking standing all the way from here to Clapham South, which is about 45 minutes journey, standing on my feet. But before I take that with me, I'm going to make sure it does have wheel locks. I thought it was going to come today, but suddenly it's turned around and Amazon said it's coming Friday now. And I'm sure it's supposed to be next day. Let me check on that. I also need to order a new, I don't need to order one. I've got another fishing net in the kitchen. All my fishing gear is in the kitchen at the moment because my living room's still fucking crowded with other shit. What was I looking at? I got orders. Yeah, I think I ordered the black one. It's a folding wagon, heavy duty, 330 pounds capacity, collapsible utility wagon with all-terrain wheels and brakes, 100 litre large compatible portable outdoor wagon for camping, grocery shopping, gardening, beach. They've got to add fishing because on my other one it says on there, Mover X 70 litre festival trolley on wheels, folding wagon, portable camping cart, collapsible folder, trolley for beach, outdoor gardening, picnicking, shopping, fishing, adjustable handle and black. So that was $34.99. But they had another one, £46.99, but that's 150 litre. But that don't even have wheels on it. So why did I spend? If that last one was 35, right, £35. Why did I not see this other one, which is bigger, 100 litre, and it's got lockable brakes on it? I don't know. That's why I don't look after time properly. Right, mesh bags with sweet corn and corn on the hook is perfect for carp. All these expensive baits are more interesting to the fishermen when they fish itself. Well, like, I was sitting here thinking last night, right? There's so many different baits out there, yeah. I watched a video where the guy's done like 2 videos on baits, the top 10 and the top 5. The top 5 actually is in his top 10 as well. And like, some of these baits have been at 20 odd years, and people say that they still catch them on those baits. But because more baits are coming out, newer baits are coming out, I suppose that there is certain fisheries that test the baits out for the manufacturing company before they actually make mass production to the public. So they're not going to make a boilie, which ain't going to catch nothing, are they? Because they're going to lose money. No, they make like a ton of like bait boilies, and let's say like coconut lemon, which no one's ever made coconut lemon that I know of. That's going to be mine. Let's say coconut lemon, and they only make a small batch for certain fisheries to test out, and fisheries can turn around and say, yeah, we're catching carp, we're catching bream, we're catching perch, we're catching large tench and stuff like that. Then that manufacturing company is going to start investing and like making a shitload more, aren't they? Now, if, for instance, that they make that small batch, and these fisheries turn around and say, no good, mate, not getting a bite on Tom. Say like 10 fisheries, and only 2 say, yeah, it's working. I don't think the manufacturing company's going to turn around and say, well, yeah, 2, let's go ahead and make 10 tons of this stuff. They're going to be losing money if they ain't catching fish. If like 6, 8 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 turn around and say, yeah, it's catching brilliant, we're catching fish left, right, and centre, then the manufacturing company's going to like start producing it and selling it, aren't they? Like some of the recent bait, apparently, they've been catching fish. But the problem is just too much bait out there. You don't know what one to choose. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube about, different types of bait. And some say like, the old Red Robin pellet, which I've got, still works. I tried Red Robin last week. I didn't get nothing. The new krill, which I've got, they didn't catch nothing. But people say they're catching fish on krill, no problem. I think it might be down to the water temperature and the type of fish in the lakes, and if they want to feed or not. If they feed, if the fish are hungry, they're going to eat it, aren't they? They're not going to eat something they don't want. It's like me. I won't eat cabbage. I won't eat broccoli. If you put it on my table right now, I'm going to turn away and say, no, I don't want it. But if like, the country is like, on rations and you've got nothing else to eat, you're going to have to force yourself to eat it, aren't you? And if you throw up after, which I would probably do, I'd fucking throw up afterwards. But, it's only there if there's nothing else there. So, if you buy pigeon bird seed and boil it up in a pan, I have actually got some bird seed, actually. A few years old, but I don't think bird seed expires, does it really? But I do want to get some hemp. I bought a kilo of dried seed hemp, thinking I can boil it up and like it'll like open up and pop, and you get those little white things coming out of it. But out of the amount I'd done, like a coffee jar full, which was like a fucking good guess. So that's why I was going to put it in. It actually filled the coffee jar up. I didn't measure it out because I had boilies in the coffee jar. It's only like after I boiled it for 45 fucking minutes, left it in the pan to cool down for a little bit. I thought, well, where can I put it? I don't want to put it in the bag. The bag's going to like, the sizzle up and probably like pop open, and I'm going to have like fucking cooked hemp everywhere. So I found like a coffee jar which has some boilies in. I took the boilies out and put it in like a plastic bag and dumped that in the cupboard. And I gave the coffee jar a quick rinse out. You can smell like different boilies in there. I just washed it out. Then I put the hemp in there and left it until the morning. Took it with me the other day when I went up there. So yeah, I need to look on Google. I rang up Amazon. No, actually, I spoke to Amazon assistant today about my pole. I think I might trod on it. I don't know, but it's a 3-section pole. I was catching something like little roach on it. But then I thought, it's a bit tiring keep bringing it in there. I might as well just use my fishing rod. So I put it down, and I think I trod on it. And I thought, shit, that ain't going to be usable anymore. So I contacted Amazon as a replacement, and I said it broke after catching a couple of fish. So I've done a return, and it gave me a link where I had to print out a return label, which I've done, yeah. But I didn't know who was going to collect it. I didn't know if I had to take it to Royal Mail Post Office, or if Royal Mail was going to collect it, or if like a third party delivery, like Rapid or what's that other company? Evera. Or some other company might come and pick it up. And I thought, well, what am I going to do here, So I called out, I spoke out to Amazon AI, and they said, I can't help you. Do you want me to put you on to an assistant? So I said, yeah. So assistant came through. I said, I just, I'll print out the label, but I don't know who's going to collect it. You couldn't tell me who's going to collect it. So she goes, give me a minute. And she goes, I can refund you now. How do you want it? Like for your card or Amazon gift card? I said, oh, if you're going to refund me now, I'll have an Amazon gift card. She goes, okay. Put it through now, refunded, give it 24 hours. She goes, don't worry about sending it back. So I thought, well, it's only £14. And I said to him, like, it's not repairable, that I can see. But I reckon I'll put some black masking tape around it. It might work, but I might just chuck it in the bin. If I'm going to get refunded, I'm going to check on that, actually. Account. Where is it? Gift cards. Yeah, I've got a refund from Amazon order for £13.99. So what I can do with that is if I go to my list, I do need a new chair because my chair broke. And I wasn't going to bring it home. Because I left it up at the lake. It was so damaged. It broke a bit near the arm. Then the seat fell through, but I was able to put the seat bit up on where the broken arm bit was. And then towards the end of the morning yesterday, I went to sit down and the whole thing just collapsed on me. I landed on my backside, banged my head, and took me a couple of minutes getting up. And I looked and I thought, well, that's not going to be repairable anymore. I ain't going to be able to do a bodge job on it, because I did do a bodge job on it and used fishing wire around it, which held up for a couple of hours, but yeah. So I need to get a new chair. I have seen one on Amazon, but it's £47. And I'm not paying £47 this month because I spent so much money on fishing gear, fishing tackle, boilies, you name it. I probably bought it. Rods, reels, poles, whips. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable amount of fucking money I spent on it. So at least, as I say, I would go and buy a new net, but I think I've got a spare net. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got a spare net in the kitchen because all my stuff's in the kitchen at the moment. It's all everywhere. I'm trying to sort it out so I can go and do my fucking boilies. So yeah, a fishing net, what I'm seeing is cheapest one £13.49, or there's one near digital fishing scales, angler, pursuit 40k NGT black Wayne sling combo. So that's for actually like weighing the fish, which I do need. I know I had one of those slings, but I don't know what I've done with it. So there is still some stuff I do have, but I'm not sure where it is. If I can't find it, I might have to buy it. Right, but you're glad you got back into fishing. Now it's expensive to hobby, but it gets you outdoors. Well, I was going to do some more bushcrafting, but because it got smashed in, I'm not going to bother. Actually, I might ring that girl up and just tell her I went up there the other week and the shelter was all smashed in. So I might go up there in a couple of weeks' time just to grab some bits and pieces. And no, I've got like a blow up bed up there still, a blow up mattress and a sleeping bag and some tools. All the other bits and pieces like, old, like the metal teapot, cups, frying pans and stuff like that. I ain't gonna bother. I'll just leave it up there. It's all getting rusty and like spider webs and shit like that in it. One of my cups had a shitload of dirt in it. Looked like someone shitted in it. But the other cup was okay. I could have just boiled some water. But what I think they've done with the bushcraft is that some little shit has gone round, broke some of the bricks off the fireplace, and then they just smashed the side wall down. Because most of the wood, most of it's wood in it. They just threw against the wood, smashed it open, enough to get in. Because there was padlocks on the doors, they couldn't get in that way. They couldn't, even if they pulled it, they wouldn't be able to get it open. So they've made a hole in the wall. They've got in and they just kicked the door from the inside and smashed it. And I just thought, when I went up there, I was like, what the fuck's happened here? I had a feeling something was going to go. I knew something was going to get smashed up there. And I'm not going to rebuild it. I can't be bothered. I might go up there on odd occasion, as I just go and get some stuff. But I didn't rebuild the door. I didn't rebuild the wall because I thought it ain't going to be worth it. Not last time, but the time before, I went up there and fixed the door and put new padlocks on because someone had broken the door, and part of the roof where the door was, the beam was coming down. And last time when I found that, it's more damage than it was, where the bed bench is, part of the roof's falling down. That side as well. So I thought, just too much work to do it. I can't do it with knackered hand, arthritis in my hand. My knees ain't all that good. I can't bend down. I can't do a lot of climbing. So no, I'm just going to call it quits up there. Now, when I go up there, I'll tell her what's happened. I'm not going to ring her. I'll tell her what happened. And I'll say, look, there's stuff in there. Who want it, take it. I'm pretty sure people will come around and nick it anyway. And because I didn't fix the door, I just put half the door leaning against it and some like logs, and that's it. I'll go up the next week, or whenever I go up the next, it's gonna like be all moved out and probably all over the floor again. Like my sleeping bag was on the floor, my mattress was on the floor, cups, saucers, and little teapots were all over the floor. Some of my tools, which I thought would have been nicked, but no, they was on the floor. So, I could go out there today actually, but I can't be bothered. I'm going to do some boarding making today in a minute. What time did I catch it? I think it's around about 6, 7 o'clock, I think, something like that. Because the guy who helped me had like several people over there, you know, some other guys and some girls and kids, and I had my tent up, and the kids started to run around in the tent, and the adults, you know, went and got them and said, no, don't go in the tent. I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit worried camping over there because I thought, like, you know, Cabin Common is known for gays, you know, queers, lesbians, druggies, you know, drunks, and, you know, just mainly troublemakers. And I don't really like leaving my stuff out. I put all my stuff in the tent. I crammed it all in as best I could. As long as I could lay down, that was the main thing. And I put it all in the tent, and that was it. I did get up to go to the toilet once for a quick pee, but as I say, it was fucking freezing cold. So I needed to. I was looking at Lidl's today. They got some like fleece blankets in there, but I couldn't find the price. And I thought, no, I ain't going to buy no more blankets. I've got blankets there I could take with me, so I'm going to take a blanket with me, and maybe see, if I went up to my BushCraft, I think the sleeping bag up there is warmer than the one I've got here. But if I take my blanket I've got here with me, then I can use that, and that should keep me a bit warmer. Or put a thicker jacket on. That's what I'll probably do. I have got a thicker jacket, so I can wear that. You know, laying on the old mattress and dump that on. You know, have the coat on me and the fleece and the sleeping bag. That should keep me warm. But I need to get that other little ground mat thing, take up with me. That's why I've had to order another bloody trolley, you know, a bigger trolley. But the thing with me is, I keep saying, I take too much fucking fishing gear up with me. I don't use it. Like, you know, I take 4 or 5 rods up there with me. I don't need 4 or 5 rods. All I need is like one rod to do bottom feeding, one rod for floating, whether it being telescopic or the 4-piece one. So I take 3 rods up there with me. I take extra reels with me in case one of the reel fucks up, or it's just like not something I can't be bothered. Like one of my telescopic, which has got one of the fucking big sea fishing reels on. I was using that the other day, and that all got tangled up, and I've not untangled that. Just can't be bothered with it at the moment. I don't know what I've done with my camera stuff. Oh, it's there. But what I'll do the batteries and that, that's the point. I can't remember what I've done with the batteries. And there's the batteries. And there's the memory cards. So I'm gonna try and do a video of me doing the boilies. The thing is, you know, it's so awkward in the kitchen with all the stuff there at the moment. it's going to be a little bit chaotic for me to do it. Like, if I turn around, people are going to see how fucking messy it is in here with all the fishing gear laying around. So I've got like a bit of a shelf there, but it's got all my like ingredients, like, you know, for when I'm cooking, like tomato sauce, brown sauce, you know, barbecue sauce, salt, pepper, mayonnaise, and coffee jar, and all that other shit there. But I've kind of pushed that back a bit, so I've got enough room for the mixer. But when I do all the mixing and combining, I need to use my little gas hob, because the normal hob will not get hot enough for me to boil the boilies. So I've got to use my little gas hob. So that means if I ain't got enough room, I'm going to have to remove the mixer out of the way to put the hob on, so I can boil the water and then put the boilies in. It's the I showed a chair that I had which broke. It's not that little blue one, it's a black one, which should have been okay. Now, I do have another chair, kind of more of a proper, you know, fishing chair, more of a better material. But the issue with that is that the left arm bit is a little bit broken, but the chair itself is still kind of like in good enough condition to sit on. Copy link address. I don't know if this will work or not. Yeah, that one now. Fucking total shit. Twice I used that. Maybe 3 times. And it is shit. Anyway, I've got to find a place to put the bloody laptop, so I need to take the laptop out there so I can follow instructions. Anyway, I'll if I get to do a video of me making boilies, I'll upload the video once I've done it. But what I want to do is make. So I was going to make a kilo of the paste and the boiling mix, but I don't think I really want a kilo. I just want to like make small amounts and test them. So I was going to say like do 250 grams of one particular boilie, one specific size, like either a 12 or 14 mil, or even 8 mil. It might be 12 mil. No, I've got the table. I don't know yet. I'll have to look at the tables again. A couple of them I'm not even opened yet. Anyway, I've got to go into my settings. The screen keeps going off. Settings. Display. This laptop's really slow. It's not a crappy one. It's just suddenly gone slow for some reason. Need power. Sleep. Can't do it on here. Battery usage. The eye's going to be fucking blurry now as well. Never. When plugged in, turn off the screen. Never. And battery power, turn off screen after. Never. So that's all turned off and never. So what I've got to do now is unplug it, go into the kitchen and start getting some of this fucking body sorting out. Well, I need to take these out first and take the rubbish down to the bin. Worked out with the cat today. She puked up on the fucking side. That side keeps getting covered in dirt, and I've got to keep cleaning that fucking thing off. Got tissue everywhere because I had to grab a bunch of tissue to wipe up her fucking puke again today. That's why I've got tissue in here, because she's always fucking puking up in here. Right, I'm off. I'll catch you all later. Cheers. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Next one. Thumbs up, leave a comment. Bye for now. Body time.